Alright, welcome. So today we're doing Symfonos 2. So I already have Kali up and running. I did a little bit of Symfonos so far, but did not get through the whole thing. So we'll go ahead and we will start looking at this guy and see what we can do with him. So he is running on Vulnhub. This is part of the OSCP like boxes. So should be a good one. Symfonos 1 was pretty good, taught me a lot, so Symfonos 2. So far it's been the same exact way. So we wanted to see desktop, OSCP like boxes, and then Symfonos 2. And you see I already have a bunch of stuff in here, and we'll go back through and look at all the stuff and be able to pull everything back down. So starting off, I do have my notes and everything over here. Let's go ahead and throw that mmap scan in it, and we can see what we can do from there. So, well, first I have to see what IP address we're even using. Scripts IP suite, and we're using .25 it looks like. I have config, if I'm .15, yep, so we're using .25. Okay, so let's go ahead and tack that. So we'll go to mmap tac .25. Remember, all ports, do not ping. Very verbose, timing to 4, no DNS lookup. 10.10.25. So it looks like we got SMB up and running. We do have port 21, so we have FTP, SMB. So yeah, let's go ahead and try to mmap TACP21 SVSC port 25. We're going to open them right over here. It doesn't look like we have anonymous login allowed. We can still try it because that version is pretty old, 1.3.5. Let's go ahead and look it up. Search exploit for FTP, so Pro FTPD 1.3, and we do have a 1.3.5. We have a command execution, Ruby shell there, my copy, remote command execution, Python file copy. So could do something with one of those maybe. So we do have an FCP like that. We can always try anonymous because it's an old one and maybe it's not even registering it. So we could always do like an FCP 10.10.10.25 and there's anonymous. Login failed. And yep, sure did. Okay. All right, that's okay though. When we start to get more information, we might be able to like put something into it. I don't know yet. So we do have port 139.445, so we can do an enumerate for Linux on 10.10.10.25. Alright, and yeah, we start to try to look at that port. So let's go ahead and get another thing open here. SMB client, TACL, 10.10.10.25, and we do have anonymous, so maybe that'll work. //YMOUS, anonymous. To get rid of the TACL. No password. Alright, cool. Directory. And we have this password backups and shadow.back. That was actually a misspelling, like right there. I wonder if I can actually remove something. I should delete something from here. I don't think I can. Remove. So we can do remove shadow and .back. Yep. Nope. Guess I cannot. Not allowed to do that. But yeah, that was actually a misspelling. So we do have those like password backups and shout-out-back. Now, two of these won't actually exist. So, shout-out-back and password won't exist every time you go through it. Or shadow and .back. That was a misspelling. But these won't actually exist. We have password, which is a backups directory. Let's go ahead and CD in that backups. And then we have log.txt. So let's go ahead and look at that. So I already got him and everything. So we just cat log.txt. Alright. And scroll to the top here, and we see that we have a home AULUS share, so we know that AEOLUS is a user, which we'll probably actually find over here. If we start to look hard enough for him. And sure enough we do. Okay, so we do have him. Alright, and that's one user. If we keep going up here, yeah, we got stamina not login. So this is our log.txt like right here. Pretty long thing that we got going on here. Alright. and it's saying cat etc shadow, and then bring it to var backup shadow.back. Alright, the cat etc samba smb configuration, right? So it's saying to do these two things under root, as root, run those two things. That's what log.txt shows. So it's saying to move shadow into shadow.back. So he's backing that up. And we just got into backups. Let's go ahead and do a PWD. Actually, can we do a PWD on these guys? Alright, so right now we're in anonymous backups, but it's saying to put that in a var backup. So I wonder if we're in like kind of like the same place, or if we can move that over to var backups, right? So what I went ahead and did is, here's my document like right here. Or can I actually Control-Shift plus this guy? No? Or if I can actually make this guy bigger for everybody. Formatting, edit, tree, search, file. Not really looking like I can just make them bigger easily, at least. Yeah, so we did our search exploit, right? Couldn't find anything in there. Tried my Metasploit. I did try that module. Nothing in there. Then I did my enumerate for Linux, which you guys just saw. And just like I said, we did get that CD backups, right? So that was the only thing we saw in the beginning, was just this backups, like right here. So this is the only thing we saw. And from there, because we're getting that var file, right? I decided, you know what? Let's try to actually just use FTP. And I know that the login failed. The login was incorrect. But let's see if we can copy from it too with the FTP. So I went ahead and did that. So let's show you how I did that first, like right there in this guy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we are going to get back into this part up here, up top here. We're going to FTP into 10.10.10.25 again. I'll just try to log as anonymous again. It's not going to work. Password, okay. Login failed. Alright, that's okay. What if we do a site copy from /etc password, and that did work. File directory exists. Alright, well, what if we do a site copy to /home AEOLUS share password, and that also worked. Okay, and then from there, site copy from our var backups shadow.back, which we just saw. Awesome. And then our site copy to /home AEOLUS share shadow.back. Alright. What we just did was we have just copied their backup shadow file and their etc password file. Alright, so let's go ahead and exit. Let's go ahead and look at what those look like now. So we can cat our shadow.backup file, like right here, and password. Alright, so there's our password file, right? Our etc password file. And here, and there's AEOLUS, right? And then we have here, we have our cat, our shadow.back. Okay, and then there's our shadow.back file. Now all we have to do really from here is just crack them, right, with John the Ripper. So let's go ahead and grab all these guys, or we could just send John the Ripper that file. But let me go ahead and remove tech or search locate. I think it's locate.pop, right? And it should be the very first one. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that directory. Just so we don't get the thing where it says, you know, that we did it twice, right? And let's go ahead and go into there. Let's go ahead and crack that guy. Okay, so we're going to do John, word list, and we're going to do that for, and that word list is going to be Rocky.txt, right? We're going to do that for shout.back. Let's try for that. Where do I put in hash.txt? Hash.txt might just be those hashes, like right there. I might just copy those guys. Go ahead and see. Oh, and we got one, right? So let me cat hash.txt though. Yeah, it's just those hashes. I just took them out of the whole file. Instead of having that whole file go at it, I just grabbed those three. So we did get one. Alright, awesome. But if we look back at our mmap scan, if we remember what that looked like, so if I come back here, port 22 is open, so we can try to use those credentials at port 22. Okay. Now let's go ahead and exit out here. Might be able to use those credentials in FCP, might be able to use those credentials in SMB, and get further along or something. But let's go ahead and try that with port 22, like real quick. So we'll SSH and do Aeolus or whatever at 10.10.10.25, and we believe his password should be this. And it is. Awesome. Okay, LNTech LA. Alright, there's our share. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and do a sudo tech-l, since we do have his password. And he may not run sudo, so that sucks, alright. But that is okay. Let's go ahead and go in my cd/temp. So, if you guys have been watching me for any time at all, you know that I like linps. I'm going to send that over to this guy. I should already actually have it in here. Yep, linps, Linux exploit suggester. I mean, we got all in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a Python server. Simple server 8888. We didn't have to really even look at enumerate this guy too much. We just figure out the password like real quick, or not the password, but the username like real quick. Let's go ahead and see, and let's go ahead and wget this guy. So we're gonna wget from my IP address, right? 10.10.10.15. Wget HTTP /v 8888/linps.sh, and we'll go ahead and we'll run that. So we'll change mode, make it executable, and we'll go ahead and run it. linps.sh. As usual, we're getting a bunch of information over here. Pretty usable stuff. So I use software. Alright, Linux version looks like it's out of date like a little bit, 4.9.0. So that might be one way. Something with some of these boxes though, also you have to remember that like when they came out, that Linux version may have been up to date, and now it's not anymore. So just using a kernel exploit all the time, that may not be the route that they want you to take for the exploit to happen itself. Alright. Not really seeing much else in here. Wherever we don't find anything at all, there is permit root login. Yes, okay. So I'm not even seeing the ports in here. So if we don't see the ports, something we can do is what's called a netstat. And we can look at the ports with that, which we may be able to just utilize that guy. Go ahead and netstat. Ooh, bash netstat is not a command that is allowed. Okay, that's okay. I have another idea. Let's go ahead, because we can run netstat with an interpreter. I know that much, and it'll look at everything. So we could send this guy to an interpreter shell. So we would have to do an SSH login. So let's go ahead and do ls console. TACQ, that's basically like the banner doesn't show up or whatever. You know, you don't have that big banner and everything happening. And we're going to do a scanner SSH login. So let's go ahead and do search for SSH login. I think it's like that. Yep, when we're using always scanner SSH login, so we're going to use 0. Whoopsie daisy, that didn't work. Search login, use 0. Show options. And all we're going to do is we're just going to give it, hey, this is going to be your password. Alright, and this is going to be your username. And then what is the remote host? So if you forgot, we do an ifconfig, I think, maybe not. Okay. 10.10.10.25. So we'll set our host to 10.10.10.25. We'll set our user, right? Username. And I still have it over here somewhere. There we go. Nice and red for me. And we'll set our password. to that. Alright. We should just be able to run this now, and we should log in. So we did, okay, and we have command session shell 1 is open. So if we do session tac I, we should see, yep, there's a shell for SSH. Now, let's go ahead and do search for shell 2 interpreter. And you see me do this one before if you watch my videos in the past. We'll use 0, show options, set session to 1. And we'll run that. Hopefully it gets it, because we can do a netstat with interpreter. That is something we can do. And we're not seeing the ports on this guy at all. So we may just have to do a session. May have to send over here, session 2. And from here, now we can do a netstat. There we are. Okay, so one of the things is if you aren't able to get netstat and see what ports are open, it's not showing up on MPs, things like that. Try your Linux exploit suggester first. Try lin-enum.sh first. If you're still not able to get anything, it's time to send over to interpreter shell and try like that. So we do see that we do have some ports here. Okay, we do have port 25 open again. All right, good old SMTP there. And we also have a web 8080. We do have an SQL database. Try to test that out. Let's go ahead and get in shell. Well, actually, I'm already in shell over here. So let's go ahead and do MySQL. Check you root. We'll try root. Okay, let's try root admin. Root password. Then let's go and cd in the var www. cd in HTML. And we have index.html and image.jpg. I don't think that's really going to help out very much. Try to do strings on it, but yeah, this isn't really looking very promising. I could always try to use who I'm already logged in as too. Could just use him. So we could always MySQL tac you. And you may not also have a password. I could just try it without password too. Just trying to figure out more stuff. So we could do MySQL tac you root. Nope. 4? Okay, we're done with that. We do have a MySQL server up and running. We could try to do some of that. But we also have this internal 8080 running. So this is something that we want to look at. This internal 8080, like right here. That's definitely something that we need to look at, like right there. And what we're going to find with that is, what I think we're going to find with that is that we need to do a port forward. So, since we need to do a port forward, we need to type in port forward, and this is all going to be within interpreter. Port forward, add, I think the local port. Port forward, add. Let's apply local port, remote port, 8080, and, oh, remote host, and then remote port. Okay, so, yeah, tac P should be, this should be local port. That should be remote port. Then we can say tac R, which would then be remote host. Now, let me try that real quick. Okay, that did not work. We should be able to see port like 1111 pop up all of a sudden, and we do not. But I'm also wondering if maybe we just type in, try something else. Localhost 1111. Yes, okay, there we go. Alright, so localhost 1111, crushed that problem. From here, we have a Libre NMS, okay? Authorized access, or you shall render the user liable to criminal or civil prosecution. Sure will, admin. Cache was reset. Whoops, the web server cannot write required files to the system. What the heck? Is this guy broke? Admin password? What in the heck? Now this is right where I kind of stopped last time. And so I did not actually get past this. What we got going on over here though? One second. So now we need to figure out how the hell we get in here. Or look up if there's anything for Libre NMS. So let's go ahead and look up search exploit Libre MNS. Search exploit Libre MS, like that. Libre MNS, okay, so we already actually have Metasploit open, so we might as well use it. Add host, what's that? Add host command injection? Sure, why not? So let's go ahead and Control Z. We already got the guy open, so we might as well, right? And two of them are Ruby. If you really didn't want to do it like that, you could always add host remote code execution. So I guess if you were doing, ooh, there is an SQL injection. I'm just going to cat that. Let's go ahead and search exploit, tac M. This guy, like right here. And then we'll cat that 484. Where can we do SQL injection at? First login to your Libre MS. We can't do that yet. That's the problem. Okay. So first we need to log in. We can't do that yet. I was hoping we could bypass login with it, but it doesn't look like that's what we're going to be able to do. So let's go ahead and search for Libre MNS. Alright, we do have an add host command injection. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that. Show options. We'll set the R port, I believe 111. Set the R host to local host. Think we can do that? Password and username. I don't know the username and password. That's unless if it's the same stuff we already had. If it's the same stuff that we already had, now I'm just gonna log in with this dude. In all honesty. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see if it's the same thing that we've already had here. Can he log in? If so, I'm getting the same crap just repeatedly. And what level of user are you? Yeah, you can log in. Okay, I'm trying all this other crap. Click on the dashboard, add a button next to the list of dashboard, add widgets. Will we be able to do that SQL injection now? I'm wondering. Let's see here. Vulnerable script is HTML Ajax search.php. We could try to do SQL map. I know that's really not allowed during OSCP. Point proof concept. First log into your Libre. Second, go to this Ajax search PHP search equals boom group or Ajax search PHP search equals type alert rules. Okay. But we could always just try to do something like that. Syntax error, JSON parse unexpected caret line 1, column with the JSON data. So we could actually try it. SQL map. Remember, this is not allowed during OSCP SQL map. It is allowed in ECPBT, web app application, anything with email security. This is allowed. Here's their providing teach parameter search through and most likely put the character stage. Yes, I am sure. Alright, he's not even the ones who properly connect to him, so we won't try that one. But this guy doesn't really seem to be able to do anything. Default, no other dashboards, overview, plugins, tools, unlog devices, manage devices, add device, ports, health. I don't know what I'm looking at here also. Global search, Something like that. No. Okay. Can we do like cross-site scripting here? Something stupid easy. Guess not. Okay. Settings, global settings, edit user, add user. I don't think I really need to even add a user because I already did that, but I'm trying to figure out like what can we do with this guy. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and why do they have Libre on this up here? We're already in here. So add host command injection. Show options. We did have that password and username. I'm wondering if we can just do this stuff, which we can. Set username. That's set password to right there. And I did not take a print screen of any of the stuff that I just did, so I'm going to have to print screen all of that also. That was all over here. I did all that, and then I pressed clear, so that was stupid of me. So I'm going to have to go back through and take a print screen of all of that. So that might just be at the end of the video. So if you missed anything, just stick around and you'll see the rest of it. And set our host to 10, 10, 10, 15, 1. Session 3 created in the background. Session 3. Okay, so now Cronus and not Aeolus anymore. Okay, so root, no password, user bin, MySQL. So what can I do with MySQL now? I don't know. And this guy isn't actually connected to the internet like right here. So let me go ahead and get over to GTFO bins and do a MySQL. I know you guys probably can't see this, can you? We have a limited SUID, I think. I don't know what we have. Probably shell. cd/user bin. That didn't do anything for me. So, I wonder what I have to do with that. Like, do I have to do something? The GTFO bin is staying like right there. Let's see what else we got here. Don't mind me. Oh, I can remember sudo. I forgot. ID, and I am root. Okay, cool. So it's sudo MySQL techie. There you go, that whole guy, and we are root. Okay. I figured that was gonna be easy. That privilege escalation like right there. That's why I didn't even. And we cat our proof. .text. All right. Cool. Pretty cool. Symfonos 2 is done now. So let me go ahead and I have to pretty much just go back over every single thing I just did. Which kind of sucks, but kind of doesn't. Okay, so first thing we did was search for SSH login, right? So then we use 0, so options, boom. Now let me go ahead and take a print screen of that. Boom. Okay, cool. So as you can see, this is like where I kind of stopped doing it. And I did it the other day too, yesterday, and I kind of just stopped. I think my son woke up or something, so I had stopped doing it. We go ahead and get back into here and do interpreter. So, there we go. Utilize OSCP login. Put in creds. I was able to create a shell. Whoops. Alright, and then from here I utilized shell to interpreter, create interpreter, shell. That's what I wanted. Check. There we go. Yeah. And then from here we did a sessions 2, and we did a nestat. Alright. So we did a nestat right here. I'm just going to do it just like that. So you notice 8080 is open. Interface. Alright. What goes on behind the scenes of everything. So I then did port forward right. There we go. Well, sorry, running, but we also okay. And then I went to here. Well, wasn't exactly there. Actually got to here. Then we use the same credentials that we had before to log in. Alright. And then from here we start our privilege escalation, right? Actually, we can actually go ahead and boom, boom. Privilege. Alright, cool. Once we logged in, we were able to Control Z, yes, and we were able to. Once we logged in, we were able to search for Libre. That's right. U0, show options. And let me just go ahead and grab all that. Just going to minus out this guy like a little bit. So I can see everything. And I'll go ahead and print screen that. And we'll grab all of that. Okay. And from here, go ahead and run. And we open up session 3, right? Oh, we go ahead and run that again. So we run it, and we get this. Boom, bam. Cool. And we can go ahead and go to session 4. ID, ifconfig, although we can't even see ifconfig, but usually you want to do like an ID, ifconfig, and maybe like a neststat or something like that, just so they do know that that is definitely their machine. Sudo tag-l. Print screens are also great, but if you're actually taking notes to follow along with something, and it's a longer command, something like that, you may want to copy and paste. That's why some of these are actually copy and paste. So then, like right here, you can actually just copy and paste that right in there. Right here, you can actually copy and paste that. And whenever I made like my my notes for like ECPPT, I made sure that all this crap was underneath it and everything. I had this guy like bolded and like red and stuff like that, so they knew exactly what command I put in. So if they were to try to redo that exact thing, they could, with a quick copy and paste, and would do that exact thing. So that was one thing I did do a lot, was to make sure that pretty much like the client was able to just kind of just copy and paste, and there wasn't going to be any problems or anything like that. Alright, so that was kind of like the behind the scenes kind of thing right there, where, you know, go through and do the rest of it. So yeah, that was that one, like right there.